Boom! Yeah, boom. Hello, everyone.
Good
Gamer
morning.
and gamerettes. Sure, that's a term now.
What about gender
Don't say
neutral
that
people?
ever again.
What about
Never say that again,
Gamers.
Peter.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll just.
I think gamers is just is a gender neutral term. So you really should have just said gamers.
Why not make it more complicated than it has to be? That's what we do here at Live Connection.
That seems like that's what you do here at Live Connection. To make everyone's lives more complicated.
Wow.
That's why.
That's
you
a
guys stick
fucking
around.
hard truth that just got slapped in Peter's face.
Oh, dude, it didn't even hit that hard. It's gotta take some time to settle in. And when I really look at our processes, I'm like,
You'll be crying tonight.
It's okay, Peter. You know what hits harder than anything else?
what?
There's still stuff being released on Stadia, which I'll be getting to here in some of our game releases here.
Jesus Christ.
Who?
I'm just jumping into it, Jarrod.
Yeah.
I'm making no shit today. I'm getting my fucking games out there, and that's it.
We're going to Stadia.
Just like, I want to be fucking done with this. Let's just get this over with.
We were still ordering drinks at the bar while Jarrod was like, "All right, time to go back to my place."
Hey, get me the check.
It's like, what do you have
Oh my
after
God.
drinks? I want this meal. Get it to me now.
Yeah.
I've been spoiled with.
It should have been done.
You know what the issue is? I'm having withdrawals from not being able to use skip the dishes because I haven't been over at Live Connection house. So you know,
Can't pre-order your food.
I'm getting my patience is wearing thin now. So it's just I need things immediately all of a sudden.
That's our generation.
I want it, and I want it now.
Oh man, great! Imagine if you were a little more patient, you wouldn't have to cut your box spring in half.
But believe me, the patience were extended to the furthest capability I was able to.
I didn't know you could will something into physically changing.
Oh, have you not heard of the Force, Peter?
No, I haven't. Please inform me, Jarrod. What is the Force and how do I activate
Use
it?
the force. I forced it up the stairs. After I cut it in half.
Oh,
All right,
man.
Jarrod, you want to fucking talk about game releases?
I
so
do,
bad?
yeah.
Give it to us.
It's all because Pixel Junk Raiders is being released on March 1st on Stadia.
Sounds like an
Sorry,
indie game.
I instantly ruined that for Peter. Foregone on PC, action platformer, March 1st. Yakuza Like a Dragon coming out on PS5, March 2nd. Neptunia Virtual Stars coming out on PS4 on March 2nd. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 coming out on all platforms except for the old previous generation platforms. Harvest Moon
Thank
One
God.
World is coming out on PS4 and Switch. That's pretty interesting. I haven't played a Harvest Moon game in forever.
Don't get it.
Don't get
Don't.
it.
Just don't.
Okay.
Harvest Moon hasn't been good since 2007.
Let's get Animal Crossing.
Okay, Maquette is coming out on PC, PS4, and PS5. It's a puzzle game. Scrapknot is coming out on PC, which is a strategy survival game. More survival games. Maybe it'll explode even more than Valheim did. Loop Hero is coming out on PC. Sea of Solitude's coming to the Switch.
Nice.
The Climb 2 is coming to Quest. And then Everhood is coming out on PC and Switch. Another indie game, it looks like. Kill It With Fire, which looks like it's almost like an arachnophobia game, is coming out on March 4th. And then Mortal Shell is coming out on PS5 and Xbox. Looks pretty interesting. Climb 2 is coming out on Quest. And then that is all we got coming out for the first week of March.
If I want to know any more about these games,
climb
could
two
you tell
twice.
me?
I could tell you anything you want to know about these games. Which game?
I wasn't listening to the list. I don't know how it
You can tell me
No,
What's
anything.
the lore of the Climb 2?
Well, the Climb 2, as I can just put it for you best. This is the best I can put it for you. Is
It's
feel
like a
your
school
grip,
presentation.
swing for the next handhold, and pull yourself up to new heights in the Climb 2. With
But what
new
about the
features,
lore?
maps, unlockables, and the sky is truly the limit. The lore is all around the sky being the limit. Like, you can go on forever. The lore
Rayquaza?
follows. Yes. If you get high enough in the sky limit, you have Rayquaza come and strike you
So
down.
In VR, you just go from the mountain, you jump on Rayquaza, then you fucking climb Rayquaza. Is that what you're telling me? Do I
That'd
need
be
to
kind
do
of-
something?
That'd actually be sick.
Peter, are you fucking complaining about the
Climbing like a
possibility?
giant sky serpent.
It's not going to be sick for fucking whoever developed the climb because they're going to get sued by Nintendo.
It looks like
Yeah.
a free climb parkour-esque game.
That's
The VR
That's all the
game.
lore.
That's all the lore.
Well,
you
okay,
know,
if you can-
sometimes the
yeah.
lore takes you to a city, sometimes it takes you to a mountain. Other times, it even takes you to a canyon with a rope across it.
That's deep, man. I feel inspired.
Not as deep as a canyon with a rope across it.
You don't want to fall in that canyon; it's very deep.
And then to round off the game releases, going through what came out on Game Pass this week, we had Elite Dangerous, we had Dirt 5, the new Super Hot game, Killer Queen Black, which I think I want to get the boys together to play, and Wreckfest. A couple racing games, and not bad this week.
I've been
Like,
really
games
interested in
that
Dirt
actually
5.
people
I
know.
downloaded Dirt 5.
Yeah,
hmm
I heard good things about Dirt series. I haven't
I've
played
heard-
any of them, but
I've heard good things about that Elite Dangerous game, but like I didn't know very little about it. I know it's like very daunting to get into.
Man, I'm just so
I
bad.
know
at,
very
like-
little. I think it's like this big. I don't even really know. Like you're in a ship or something. Or I don't. Do you know, Peter?
It's like a Star Wars Squadrons S game where it's like, you know, flight game. I don't. There's a term for it. It's not coming to mind right
Flight
now.
Simulator.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, but
Isn't that like the overall category? It's like under Flight Simulator or something like that.
that would make sense because that's like it's supposed to be like authentic and all that. But it's like it's one of those games where like it's got that like huge universe of everything happening in it at once. Like I don't know if you guys have heard of some of these wild stories about like people getting lost in like black holes across the galaxy, and the team goes and save. There's some nuts stories from these games. I've always been
That sounds
interested in
fucking
them,
insane. That sounds like it'd be
Yeah,
a fun
there's-
game to stream just for like shit going
but that's
wrong.
a great rabbit hole to get into. If you get,
This is
I
the game
totally
that
recommend
has
it.
like battles between like 40,000 people or some shit.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if it's that in that game particularly, but it's that idea. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Star Citizen. That's like the biggest.
Oh, that's the one where the person. I think they lost a battle and lost like $2 million like real life dollars worth
Something
of
ridiculous.
ships in game.
Yeah. That's the resource one, right? Where you can actually.
I think
mine and
I'd
sell
honestly,
resources.
you know what, that'd be it right there. If I played a game and I put $2 million into it and just like that, my whole fleet was destroyed, I'd be devastated. It's too
What a
much.
stressful battle! I'd be like, oh,
Mhm.
there goes 100,000. Oh no!
There goes a small little fighter. That's 20,000 right there.
Who the fuck was piloting that?
But Peter, what if you won? What if you won the space battle and you could have gained like $1 million?
Yeah, but
From-
I would have fucking pulled out all my hair and stressed getting there. At least if I'm gambling, it's like, all right, I bet it on 25, and it's like, that's it. It's up to fate. It's not, all right, I need to strategize.
Like honestly, that's when you'd start taking strategy games to a whole nother level. That'd be too much for me. I wouldn't want to be involved in that.
You're being turned into a like genuine tactician at that point.
Yeah.
You have to
Mhm.
figure
Real
out
biped.
tactics.
Start playing chess and shit.
Could just like gain a military career by being the #1 player in the world.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if some sort of fucking shit came from that.
All right, kid. We're putting you in charge of the United States Navy.
That's like the episode of
Huh.
South Park where Kenny dies after being really good at like that PSP game, and then he has to lead the armies of heaven against the legions of hell because he was so good at commanding the units in his game.
What if it was like, you know, the person they got based their like effort off of how much money they were handling. So it's like their fleet in game, let's say it was like I don't know, some stupid, absurd amount of money, like, I don't know, $100 million or something like that. And then they're like, okay, you're in charge of this small little group of ships. Like, yeah, okay, still expensive, lots of money, but not quite as much money as their thing. So they take it lightly, and all of a sudden they just fucking get their whole fleet eviscerated. And it's like, well, it was under this amount of money. It's not really that big of a loss in consideration of the game.
Imagine trying to use like your fucking Star Citizen account as like collateral trying to get a house or something. It's like, I got all these assets. You can have it, bank, if I don't pay.
Someone fucking comes. It's like, you know those when the bank's taking things from people, and it's those scenes where people are like jumping and like holding on to things in the movies, and they're like, no, don't take it. It's like a guy walks up with a fucking flash drive, and he's like. Just walks in, plugs it in, and you're like on his back, like, no. Oh man.
And that has how the banks took over the EVE Online world.
Well, I mean, the banks are being forced to recognize Bitcoin now, so I guess it's possible.
Can't wait till
That is true.
Dogecoin or whatever it is.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin?
The German rendition of Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Deutsches coin, German coin.
I was like, is there some
That's the
German
next one.
Bitcoin I don't know about?
Dogecoin, like what the people can just make shit up and it just all of a sudden becomes something.
No,
Yeah.
Elon Musk has to tweet about it, and then it's
Oh, that's
reality.
true, actually.
Oh yeah.
I'm still blown away by he didn't even call out a company, but like he said something that was like the same. I forget. It was like
He said,
Like, Styles or something. It was some sort of S word in
Stonks.
one of his
It's
tweets.
stonks,
And,
yeah. He
No,
wrote the word stonks.
oh, was it stock? Well, there's like a company with the same name, and their fucking stock just shot up because he
just
inadvertently said the
stonks.
same word.
We saw what was happening with GameStop, and then
Yeah.
the meme was stonks. So that's what he tweeted, and then
Oh yeah, there
Throw
you
the
go.
price up another couple $100.
To the
it's
power
a lot of
of
power
10.
for one. Yeah. For just a memer.
Would you do that if you were like an all-powerful business person? Would you just for the fucking entertainment? You would just be like every day. You'd be like, "All right, it's Stock Sunday. Time to say a different word and see what happens to it."
I would be so petty too. I'd be like, oh man, this piece of my fridge broke. Fucking this appliance is shit, and just watch my fucking company dive.
Shaming brands on Twitter. I like where your head's at.
I don't like how Jarrod used the phrase "all powerful" to describe rich people. That feels like
Does it hit too
feels
close?
like we're giving them too much credit.
Listen, you get to a point where you have so much money.
luscious Elon Musk, our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, don't give him a messiah complex.
I think he might already have that.
Speaking of Twitter and all that and rich people, did you guys hear about the super follows they announced?
The hell's
No.
a super follow?
What's a fucking super follow?
So now Twitter's adding a thing where you can pay to follow people for exclusive tweets if you super follow them. It's like a monthly fee sort of thing. It's just going to be Twitter was like, wow, OnlyFans. How could we do that? Let's just fucking do the same thing right on Twitter. So yeah, now you can. Some users will get the ability to charge for their tweets. What a time to be alive!
You know what pissed me off
I'm
is if
for all
I
my
let's say you do that and someone tweets something, because there's a lot of people that will just tweet the first like 2 words that come to their fucking mind that day, and it just gets like 100 likes by thing. And it's like, but now you're charging for that. Like if you paid for it, so now you're getting these tweets, and all they're giving you is these bullshit tweets. I'd be so angry.
If you're paying to follow a shitpost account, that's on you. Like,
No,
Yeah, that's what
fair
I'm
enough.
saying.
But I still feel like someone like even if you wrote like you were a good reputable, I guess, Twitter account, and you did one tweet or something that was just kind of irrelevant to anyone, not really thinking about it. I feel like people would be mad at you for that.
What? How do these? Is it like a flat monthly rate, or do people play per tweet?
Well,
it's like
Flat monthly
Well, it's probably
rate.
like it's like subscribing to
Yeah.
Twitch kind of thing, right? Where it's like you get it for the
I
month.
gotta imagine it's that Patreon business model where it's like you pay once a month, and you get access
exactly
to
it.
whatever they post.
Like the example they kind of showed, like the picture they showed, it showed like for $5 a month you get like a badge, supporter badge, subscriber only newsletter, exclusive content, deals and discounts, and like community stuff. So yeah, really just Patreon basic support creators sort of thing.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know, Twitter, man. That just
Well, the fact that you compared it to OnlyFans makes me think that like there is a lot of pornography on Twitter, and there
That's
are a lot
exactly
of
it.
porn accounts on Twitter. So there's the people who use it for that. That's probably what Twitter is going for. Would be my guess. I can't see any other creator like taking the bait on this.
Well, I just don't know why you would charge for certain things. Like if you're, say you're like, I don't know, like say you're a Twitch streamer or something. Like usually your Twitter's used to as like a conversation with your fans, right? And like getting information about your channel out to your fans. So why would you charge for that? Because now you're
Jarrod, you gotta like think
yeah.
about it from like a me mindset of just making money and scummery, right? It's just
well, I know, but I'm just saying like I feel like it'd be a
If you want
turnoff.
to do that, yeah, if you want to do that, you'll set up a Patreon account and have like a members only Discord or something like that.
Yeah, like I feel like Twitter's one of the few areas where I can't see people for a lot of situations paying for tweets when there's so many other ways to access stuff from different people, like different streamers,
think,
for
like,
example.
the Minecraft stands and stuff. Like they're crazy. They'll pay for whatever the fuck they have to get more access to their favorite Minecrafter.
Sure. I mean, you know that fucking Pokimane and Corpse Husband or whatever his stupid fucking thing is.
Get to pay for him breathing.
Yeah, exactly. Get to pay for his deep voice.
What a fucking weird thing.
God, I'm so jealous. Why can't I breathe and get paid for it? What? Where's
Because Peter, you ask too much in the world. You want free shit. You want everything. You can't have everything. You pick one thing. You're already getting free shit most of the time because people fucking buy you stuff.
You know,
can't.
Peter, what you should have done from the very beginning, from the very outset of Live Connection, is hidden your face. You could have been the mysterious member of Live Connection that no one knows about, that our fans would have gone crazy for it. The mystery of who is Peter.
Super follow me on Twitter for face reveal.
No, you can't reveal your face because then the illusion is broken.
And that's
they could save
I'll
the.
reveal my VTuber self.
There you go.
There we go. Then we can just start milking and milking and milking. Oh, there! I got to put up a business plan.
There you go.
It just reminds me of like the $1,000 app. It just doesn't do anything. But hey, you got it.
Well, it's crazy how much a status thing can be a driving force for people. Where it's just like, oh, but I have this one thing, or I'm part of this group, and all of a sudden you're fucking proud of yourself.
Yeah. Do you guys follow anyone on like Patreon or anything like that?
I never have. I didn't really delve into Patreon much. The only kind of information on Patreon I've ever delved into was with when Peter was suggesting it for us later on.
I had no money. I was following the Super Beard Bros on Patreon. I'm gonna follow them again, but just don't have the funds to right now.
Yeah, I've always wanted to, like, for Dwarven Forge and stuff like that. I've always wanted to do it, but I just...
They have a Patreon?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
Or
it's
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking of Kickstarter, I think.
I kind of on and off support the developer of that car horror game. I don't know if you guys remember us playing through it whenever the fuck that was.
Yeah, the one with the people that jump out of the other car and chase you or get stuck. Yeah.
No, every September to November, I pay for 3 months of it to get the yearly edition of it. So I have all these different fucking copies of the game on my computer for when I may need them. But that's pretty much the only Patreon I do.
I don't find I follow anyone enough to do it. Like I'm not a hardcore fan enough of anyone right now that I would pay for something like that.
Yeah, I follow one creator on Patreon called Vintage RPG Podcast, which I really like. So I follow them. And for like $1 a month, it's so easy to support creators, and Patreon seems like a pretty good platform. And I'm like, maybe I should take a look at some other people who I enjoy their stuff and give them money because they make good things.
It'd be really nice.
And want to see pictures of Pokimane in her like 3,000 square foot apartment.
It'd be really nice if other platforms
You really
like
hate Pokimane, don't you, Jack?
I don't hate Pokimane. I hate her fans.
it'd be
She seems kind of nice. Also kind of a dick in some scenarios, from what I understand. But aren't we all?
It happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fan bases of all these like big people that I can't stand. I don't really have anything against like Ninja or Corpse Husband personally, but you see, there's like some woman who got like a bunch of tattoos of Corpse Husband. Like he had like one. There was one that was going around Twitter a few weeks ago where he had a voice memo, and she got like the voice lines tattooed on her arms.
That's dumb.
yeah, but
like,
people do anything for any kind of brief minute of fame, and I bet that I bet that picture and post went huge when she did that.
Yeah, it did.
It's like,
So yeah,
do people not know where the term "stan" comes from? Have you not seen the "Stan" music video? That's literally what she's doing. She's gonna go insane, put her boyfriend in the trunk of her car and drive off a bridge, because Corpse Husband won't respond to her one day.
Internet's scary.
it'd be really nice just kind of talking about your Patreon there, Jack. How you're like, yeah, it's $1 only, and you can support your Patreon that you want of your choice. It'd be nice if platforms like Twitch, for example, gave you a little more freedom with being able to adjust how much your specific sub was. So it's like you could charge $1 for your sub instead of $5, or you could charge more or something to give the creator a little more freedom. Because it also, I feel like that would help smaller creators, because it'd make it more affordable for people who are like, I don't know if I super enjoy this creator, but I've been liking the last few videos of him, kind of thing. I don't know. I think it'd be nice to give the flexibility, give it to the choice of the streamer, not just Twitch.
That's the thing I like.
Prime though.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing I like about the Patreon business model. If you really like a creator, they'll have different tiers of rewards for you. So most of them start at like $1, and there's like, I don't know, a $5, $10, and maybe above and beyond that, and you get different things depending on which one you support at. And if you support it like $1, you're just getting like the updates, and maybe you're getting access to their private Discord or whatever. Yeah. And then if you really like them, you can sort of tack on some more stuff, which I think is a good model. And for $1 or a few dollars a month, you can support creators who are maybe not getting money from other avenues anymore, because YouTube is dog shit for making money these days.
Oh
the
yeah,
glory days are gone for that.
Yeah, it's all in. It's Twitch is pretty much taken over for that aspect of it when it comes to the gaming side, anyways. Actually, for a lot of stuff,
Like,
I was surprised. I went and
you got to diversify your income. Sorry, Jay.
Oh no, all good. No, 100%. I was just saying that I was surprised the other day with how many people, like, different things you can find on Twitch streaming. Like, it's like gaming. Yeah, you have a huge industry for gaming, but there's like everything under the sun you can stream on Twitch. Like, I saw there was the other day where I have a few fitness experts that I'll follow, for example, and all of a sudden I found they had a Twitch account that they'd actually stream their content and then post their content. So it's really interesting to see that, because I never knew that was like a side of Twitch at all. Period.
It's like I feel like the just chatting portion of Twitch is probably bigger than like the gaming, maybe, or at least
I think it is.
It's
always like in the top 3 being
easy.
watched categories or whatever.
Which is crazy to think how like Twitch used to like not allow that at all. It used to be like, you're either gaming or you're not on this platform, and now they're like, oh, maybe we'll let other people in.
Yeah,
it's kind of neat, because
Twitch
it's like
used to be Justin.tv,
right?
Sure.
Yeah, there's
It's
there's
a lot.
just over 500,000 people watching just chatting streams.
my God, that's so.
How does
much.
that work? Like, who are they chat? Are they chatting with the audience, or are they chatting with other people?
just chatting is anything that's not gaming. So that could be working out. That could be Pokemon cards. That could it's really
Podcast.
anything.
I feel like
Yeah,
we should no longer like. I always put us under podcast as the category. I'm starting to think I should put us under just chatting.
I mean, it's hit or miss because then you're just gonna be another fucking number in just chatting. So like, I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will say it is kind of nice that you have the ability because like I'll what I find I do on Twitch a lot is you can filter for like lower viewership streams and stuff like that, and I kind of like jumping in and seeing what some of the smaller streamers are doing, and you can find some nice hidden gems here and there when you're jumping around those lower viewership. It's just they're playing a game that may not be as popular as other games, or they're just not. They're kind of choked out by the bigger streams. So it's really interesting to watch that. Live Connection is one of those. So if you're watching this, you found a hidden gem.
There you go.
I find the smaller streams are just a lot more entertaining because you can actually interact with the streamer. Like, for me, I just don't entirely understand the appeal of like the streams where you put something in the chat and it's just fucking gone instantly. Like it's lost in the abyss of messages.
Yeah, that's like whenever I'm watching Critical Role.
Like if it's like I understand if it's Critical Role or like some esports stuff where it's genuine like high quality entertainment where you're just kind of you don't give a shit about the chat. It's just watching. No. But for the people who are trying to like contribute to the chat, it's like, what are you hoping to get out of it?
Well, it's like look at Ray. My first stream that I watched Ray stream, and the chat was just fucking going and going, and occasionally he'd like make a comment to someone. I was like, I don't even know what you're referring to. The chat is fucking gone.
Well, that's what people do it for. There's a chance he'll acknowledge me.
But then the streamers have that thing where if you donate at a certain amount, you get it to like appear on screen and speak to the streamer in like that robot voice.
It's true.
And they ignore it half the time.
Then they're forced to acknowledge it.
Or if there's a certain amount of money that they donate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will get my attention the more money you donate. That's true. But like with the big
office donated $100.
With the big streams, I feel like being in those chats, it's more like contributing and feeling how the audience as a whole feels, and that makes sense. Like, streamer says something dumb and gets debated or something, and Twitch like, oh, Pog, LOL.
I guess
it's just like
it's like
that mentality,
FOMO, like fear of missing out type of deal.
I don't get it personally.
Where you're part of the community and you're part of the like event going on. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
That's something that's never made sense to me.
Message.
Like in what way?
Between people. So like you might make a friend with someone in the chat. I don't know.
Yes, that's true. I've never understood I never understood the FOMO thing. It's like, yeah, it's cool to do stuff and hang out with people, but at the same time, if I'm gonna be busy doing something else, I'm not upset. I'm not gonna be scared that I'm missing something.
Yeah, but the thing with that is like it's the psychological thing where it's like everyone's having, especially if the group is having a ton of fun doing what you want to be a part of, but you're doing something else. That's where it kind of hits that mental state, right? Like it's not just the like, oh, I'm gonna miss out kind of thing. It's like the enjoyment, the energy behind it. There's a lot there. It's like if you're working, like for example, when I can kind of relate to some of it because there's times where it's like we work, like I work a lot, like I work usually right now. It's kind of a weird work schedule for me, but usually I work like 5 to 6 days a week, full days, and then my one day is kind of distributed to some other things kind of thing. And then when I see that, oh, these people are going to go do this, or they're going to go do this hike, or they're going in this, it's kind of like, I'd love to go on that hike, or I'd love to go do that. But I have to work, which I don't hate work, but it's like, that's where it more hits. It's not so much of a like, I'm just doing something else. It's like you want to be doing that, but you can't because you have other obligations kind of thing. That's where it more hits. It's yeah. Yeah, it's kind of situational, I feel, and some people I feel get affected by it a little bit more than others.
while we're kind of on the topic of Twitch a little bit, I got an interesting email the other day. This is definitely something that probably flew under the radar of most people in the Twitch community, but I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with a service called Distrokid. So Distrokid is an online music distribution platform, which you can just sign up for a yearly fee, and they will distribute your music the same way that other music distributors would. So that's like how a lot of people are releasing their music nowadays, getting it to different platforms because it's very easy to do it online. That's how I did it with my most recent release, and how I'm going to probably do it from here on out for any music I release or record going forward. So people who are signed up with DistroKid got an email saying that new partnership helps DistroKid members connect with fans on Twitch. Starting today, DistroKid is partnering with Twitch to offer qualifying DistroKid members who have shown a level of dedication and success in music the opportunity to join the Twitch affiliate program.
Oh shit!
And I'm like,
Oh, interesting.
very, very interesting that there would sort of be like this almost backdoor way to become a Twitch affiliate a little bit easier. And that's kind of cool news for me because I've been thinking of like streaming my music on Twitch in the future at some point. So I'm pretty excited about this and interested about what this could mean. What do you guys think?
I think
I think the
Oh no,
Go ahead,
for it.
Jarrod.
No, go for it, Peter.
No, I said it first,
Oh.
Jarrod. You go.
No. I insist.
I'll go.
Yeah, I want to know what Erik has to say.
I was just thinking that I guess like you said it's easier. I guess it's not easier because like I think you still would have to have I guess a sort of following on like Spotify or whatever, or just like
Yeah, that would be my
which
guess.
you know
You
for
still have to
anything
qualify
that's
on
difficult.
DistroKid, I imagine. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I do see what you mean. That it's like it's cool to see that they're trying to support music, especially after all the bullshit that's been happening with Twitch and copyright and music and everything. It's good that they're seemingly making a push to have artists feel more welcomed on Twitch.
For sure.
Well, and I honestly feel like Twitch has become such a platform where it's just so like it's becoming just so friendly with like Peter and I were kind of talking before. If we ever had people doing solo streams and stuff, we'd have hosting of streams on our other accounts and stuff like that. And I feel like that really them doing the affiliate program kind of incentivizes a lot of musicians to jump on Twitch, and then incentivizes people to start sharing that music and makes it easier for them so they don't have to pay to share as much as I'm assuming you have to when you're starting out, especially.
I think all the music streams on Twitch are really cool. They're one of those unique streams where it's a different level it's a different vibe to it. Just I think music streams on Twitch are underappreciated as of now, and they still have a lot of room for growth. Like I look at Fortnite and their online concerts, and I think there's a big opportunity for stuff like that on Twitch.
It'd be cool if they started doing like whatever this program also got you in a partnership with something like that, like Fortnite, where Fortnite did like a small music producers concert or whatever, where they get a bunch of people that are smaller on Twitch or something to join the conversation.
By the code.
I mentioned this to you guys before, but one of my favorite streams to watch was a music stream from Youngtown where he just sat and like produced beats for hours, and like if you donated money during that time, you would be able to like get full access to the song that he made and like have it. You could like put your own lyrics or like remix it and like completely monetize it or like use it in your streams, which it was really cool to like listen to him develop the song as the stream went on.
Yeah, you get to see that creative process, which I think is really cool. It's like the magic behind listening to music.
I didn't understand what he was doing on his computer, but it was fun watching the magic man work.
Yeah. So was that like an offer to you, Jack? Then was it like a
It's just it's an email I got like a day or two ago, saying
Probably
that
like all users sort of thing.
yeah, all users probably got it, and I mean, it like timing was perfect because I have noticed that there are a lot of music streamers, but it's a very small category on Twitch when compared to a lot of other ones. Like, there's only ever a few thousand people watching at a time, and there's sometimes hundreds of people streaming music, and there's only a few big ones that I know of that stream music on Twitch regularly. So I thought it'd be cool to try and get a following and see what happens. Because I got weekends, you know, nothing stopping me from just turning on the old camera, setting up the microphones.
It's doing what you would normally do, except you're streaming it.
Exactly. That's
the only like who I know, the 8-bit drummer. He's the drummer on Twitch, and he plays music that's submitted to him. It's cool seeing him listen to it and then like being able to do it. That's such a cool process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that'll be a cool opportunity, Jack. I think you should try for that.
I think I will.
Well, it'd be nice because
then,
then we could even do, like I said, the hosting. Live Connection can host it, and my personal Twitch can host it, and all that. So we can start to see if we can help you grow a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, and I can host the Live Connection stuff.
Yeah, because honestly, like I see that so much now on Twitch. That's how a lot of people are growing. Like there's this one small Twitch streamer that I was watching the other day, just browsing through Twitch, and he got hosted all of a sudden by a couple bigger than him streamers, not big streamers, but bigger than him, out of nowhere, and he was pretty stoked about it. Like I think it's somewhere that gives other streamers such a chance to grow, especially in an area like that, Jack. Like you said, it's populated, but it's not as busy with viewership as others.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's good to see that because like you said, YouTube's a fucking dying breed for at least a lot of the, I'd say, streaming. Even I don't see a lot of.
So, like, with YouTube streaming...
pretty big for streaming.
Is it? Well, it's because of the number of people on YouTube. But, like, for Super Chats and stuff, which is, like, the donations, the text-to-speech shit on YouTube, YouTube takes, like, a stupid portion of it. Like, 60 to 70% of the tip. What? Like, something... I saw it, I was like, holy fuck, that can't be true. And I looked into it, and it was like, yeah, they take a ridiculous amount of the money.
See, that seems so unnecessary because now you're like, I understand they need to take their portion, but if it's as big as it is, then you're getting people that are doing that lots. Even if you took like 30%, that's a pretty large portion, and you'd be making enough money from that.
Yeah, because I was watching a video versus streaming on YouTube and Twitch, and that's something they brought up, and I was like, wow, that's a game changer, honestly. Like, not making a good portion of your tips, that hurts. YouTube, you don't need that money. Google, please.
Well, yeah,
you can have my data. You can't have my tips.
Yeah, because it's already basically useless to try to make money on YouTube doing it the way it used to be. Where it was like, yeah, it's basically not even worth it. Whereas, like, now you have a one way where people can start to make a little bit of extra cash on there just without that, and you dig your dirty little fingers into it so deep that they barely get anything from it. You de-incentivize people to use it, right? Like, that's essentially what they do.
What a time to be alive in like 2014 or wherever, where like bullying children was big and ad revenue was flowing. Like,
that was the time. We should have gotten into it then.
Well, like even we
be alive in 2012 and make Happy Wheels videos.
Well, just imagine. So like, because that was when we were doing our fucking what was it? The Vault Vids videos, and they were absolute trash quality trash, and they got stupid amounts of views on them for us, and I still can't believe that. If we had started Live Connection then, I think our YouTube side would have gone a lot better than it did when we did start it. But
so much less saturation there.
yeah, exactly. Like you had bigger YouTubers like Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter and those ones starting out are getting pretty dug in, but then you had the big flow of everyone's like, I'm gonna become a YouTuber.
I mean, even if we did make Live Connection, then we wouldn't have known what the fuck we were doing. It's
it's tough.
Think of like the Creatures, right, where they like blew up pretty big because they were pretty early in the scene, but they like had zero business sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have to play that fine line. Like we didn't know what we were doing when we did those.
We still don't know what we're doing.
We still don't know what we're doing.
We were kids, and now we're young adults, and nothing's changed.
Now we're slightly older kids.
Pretty much.
That's funny.
Kind of following the same line of art and shit. I guess is kind of a bit of a stretch, but I just was reading an article. Spirited Away is coming to Broadway. Not necessarily,
Really?
not as a musical, but as like a theater production. It's going to be a play.
Fuck, that's gonna be terrifying when the
I thought you were gonna
the
say
guy comes
live
running after
action.
them in the feast.
Yeah, when No Face goes
Yeah.
after Chihiro.
I thought you were saying there's going to be a live action American remake, and I was going to lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, I was about to drive to your apartment and punch you in the face for telling me this terrible.
Here's all this nice stuff. We're like, oh yeah, things are looking up for some people, and then Grayden's like, look at this.
Yeah, that's garbage.
I had such a hopeful outlook during the podcast, and then Grayden brought up my favorite movie, and I had to kill him.
The stage adaptation will be written and directed by John Jarrod, honorary associate director of the Royal Shakespeare Company and a big fan of Miyazaki's work.
Okay, well,
Cool.
that gives me hope.
Yeah.
And they
Always
got
down.
actress Kana Hashimoto, 22, and Monet Kashimashiri,
You can do it.
23.
I stand that latter person. I totally. Yeah, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one she is.
I don't know.
She's my favorite. Which one is it?
I'd be up to a night at the theater. Should you guys want to go when that comes out?
Oh, if that comes out,
You know that,
I go see that.
Broadway. You know that this is in New York, right?
No, I just said Broadway is the thing. It's coming to theater onto the stage, but I just
All
said
right.
Broadway.
Well, if it ever comes to
theatrical.
Calgary,
Yeah.
Our big Broadway scene here.
It's
Yeah, we'd
actually
have to,
like when I took one in university. I took one like drama course. There's actually a decent theater scene in Calgary. It's just not as like it's big within the community, but it's not big like with everyone around. So like
Yeah, Theater Calgary's pretty big actually.
Yeah.
My parents have tickets and they go like
You get
once or every like bi-monthly. Not anymore because of bullshit. But
yeah, you get like big
like,
productions that come into
I
Calgary.
used to take, I would take my dad's ticket every once in a while and go, and it was like I love it. It's a blast.
I love the theater as well.
You get to go
I-
be
I
fancy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was about to compare the theater to the circus, but then I rethought my
Remember-
statement. If we don't get circuses, why do we get the theater?
Remember?
We get circuses.
when-
Circus Soleil comes once every like 5 years.
No, I don't believe
Remember in
that.
high school when we went to a play with our drama class and there was like the clown show and we got to watch a bunch of elementary school kids lose their fucking minds to clowns on stage?
Yes.
Jack remembers, yeah.
I don't remember what the fucking play was, but I remember the
I
children.
don't think it was
There was-
important what it was.
Yeah,
There was
remember the children.
there's like shredded tissue paper at the end of the show that was like getting thrown about or something like that, and the kids were losing their shit. And I want,
Oh my god, that was like something I completely forgot.
yeah, it's a repressed memory.
Was that the
That
day
was
we all
the-
ran to McDonald's after?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we all because Monopoly was on at McDonald's. So we're like, if everyone in the fucking field trip goes, maybe we can win something. Maybe we can pool our Monopoly pieces together and win. And
What
we
a
almost had
hazard
it.
that was. A whole high
Yeah.
school class just running through the streets. Teacher like, well, bye. See you at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Since 1998, Cirque du Soleil has been into Calgary 7 times.
I'm not saying Circus Olay. I'm saying the actual circus, Jarrod.
What do you think Cirque du Soleil is?
Cirque du Soleil is very
No,
different.
no, that's
It's
fancy.
very different.
No. I've been to a lot of them, and there's definitely some of them have been more circus.
Is there an elephant, Jarrod? Is there an elephant at Circus Olay?
Is there an elephant in every
Oh.
circus?
Yes, there is.
All right, I'm gonna look up things that are required to make
There's
it.
one circus without an elephant on a ball. or
Yeah,
something.
you cannot compare Cirque du Soleil to like Ringling Brothers Circus, where
Yeah, that's not.
like
I
you
know
can't
Circus
do-
Olay comes to Calgary.
You can't compare classic fucking proletariat circus to ritzy bourgeois circus.
Hey, it's still circus.
And also-
Peter didn't
Calgary
specify.
Cirque du Soleil is a Canadian company.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, founded in Quebec.
Fucking awesome shows.
They are cool.
I've never been, but I've always been curious.
I mean, I went once.
Yeah.
It was cool, but I don't think I need to go back. That's not really my
See
kind of thing.
people flipping around in the sky.
The one that
My
I
whole-
wasn't
my
a big fan of
knowledge.
was the horse one. That one was kind of.
Cavalia? You didn't like that? Oh, I
No.
loved Cavalia. That was so cool.
No, I found the other ones more interesting.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the fact that I used to ride horses and shit, but like the shit they were doing is so impressive.
You have a different appreciation for it, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I would just be like, those horses are dumb. I don't like horses.
I'm up here. I don't like horses. They scare me. They're too big.
The Royal
There is
Canadian
no one
International Cirque du Spectacular happens in Calgary every year.
Why are we going to the circus?
You know, we have this thing called
We already are.
which has like a bunch of animals and like a bunch of fairground rides and food. That's kind of like a circus.
Too, like the
That's just kind of like a circus.
There's no elephant though.
No, but
The
there's a
elephant
lot
is
of
a key.
there's
probably
a
been
lot
one
of
that-
clowns that like to have sex in back alleys
Yeah, that's true.
or float into
there
the air
is
with
a lot
balloons.
of clowns.
They went from scaring people on the streets to the back alleys.
I forgot about that. I forgot about the.
It's crazy thinking back to some of these internet things. I was gonna say trends, but I don't think clowns scaring people in public is a trend, or I hope not.
It was very
Did you guys-
peaceful not having Stampede for a year.
It kind of was.
It was weird though.
It was weird.
Yeah, we're probably not gonna. I gotta imagine
I
it's
don't
canceled
think
again.
Yeah.
They apparently, from what I've heard, they have a tentative plan that passes with COVID as long as we don't go past the lockdown we're currently in, or like the restrictions we're currently in. So as long as we keep getting a little bit better from here out, they'll host a modified version of it.
It's
But
What does that
Even
mean?
if they
Cases
host
have
it,
gone
that's
Everybody goes into a bubble before they enter the park.
listen, I don't know how they're gonna do it. If outdoor shows, because like we're one stage of restrictions away from having outdoor gatherings at like places like expos and stuff like that, right? So technically it can happen. It's just it'll be kind of one of those things where either they're gonna make it mask mandatory in the park, or they're gonna I don't know. I do know that they are planning. They do have a pretty. They are very convinced that they are going to host it again. From what I was reading,
we need those tourism dollars.
the domestic tourism dollars from the other parts
Think
of
of all
Calgary.
the white girls and their cowboy boots and their tank tops. What will they do for another year?
Probably not wear them like they do for the rest of the year.
And they will kill them.
Wear
in
them
the fire.
indoors.
Where
I've never even seen a cow in person, but I
I
consider
never thought
myself a
scary.
cowboy.
There you go. What if a crazy idea? What if we just didn't do Stampede for 2 years in a row? Like, give everyone that nice palate cleanser, and then maybe next year we can start going back to Stampede.
I think that would probably end up happening, honestly. I don't know. if
That
they're
would be a
gonna get this
crazy
far.
stampede. People will go
Yeah.
hard.
People would go wild.
It's gonna be
it honestly might be good for the
Bonkers.
Stampede because I know they got hit a little bit hard with the they did with COVID obviously, but like the year before that they didn't do as well either with
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wait,
they-
didn't they just like start tearing down the corral, like, or one of the buildings around?
They're
it?
redoing the
they're
BMO
building a
Center.
new one.
Yeah.
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 Honestly, I agree. I think like give it time, get the new building in there because the new building's supposed to be fucking phenomenal. What they're putting in there, so I
Give them a year to build.
yeah, exactly.
It's just not worth all the risk, the hassle, the extra.
Because you know, there's gonna be an increase in fucking cases after
yeah,
second.
You know what else
Guaranteed.
is going to happen is they're probably going to maintain the current rules that they have now. It's like, okay, now stop serving alcohol at 10 p.m. And at that point, everyone's wired. It's still early.
Riots.
They've already gotten drunk, and they're like, "What are we doing?"
We will take the beer gardens.
I'll take the beer. I feel like I could see Peter leading that charge. Peter's fucking in the stampede.
Oh, yeah.
He gets on the table to the beer gardens.
I'm leading the charge so I
His
can get
face
the
is
cider
painted
first.
blue.
Storm the Coke stage.
Yeah.
Freedom.
I debut new
Peter, you
Live
can't
Connection
even have
merch.
beer.
He just wants to be the leader.
Instead of guillotining our political rivals, we like put Nenshi and other members of city council into like the slingshot ride without a seatbelt on.
Then they get out, we make them shotgun a beer.
Fuck, that's funny.
Well,
Nice
guys,
ride,
that's time for today. We covered none of our topics, but that's okay.
E3's not happening.
I want to
Good job,
make clear if there's any members of Calgary City Council watching this, this was a joke. I'm not going to send you into the stratosphere. A fair ride.
I don't even
better
want to
watch
fucking get on that with
yourself,
my
Mitchie.
seatbelt on.
Oh, good memes.
I was
good
expecting like a fucking letter in the mail. It's like you've insulted the mayor. Your property tax goes up by $2,000 a year.
They're always
Monopoly
watching.
card? What the fuck?
memes. Your name's placed in a file.
Insulted mayor. Pay $500.
Community chest.
Community chest.
We should play the Xbox Monopoly.
We should do it
I was
again.
thinking about that the other day.
It'd be-
It hurts my soul.
It is fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
I hurt your soul, Peter, during Monopoly. I remember
I'll
last
do it
time.
if Peter, if we make Peter be the thimble.
I was
Peter's
thinking
so
about
simple.
last week, and I don't think I've won a game of Monopoly in years. In years, whether it's a board game
I
or
don't-
video.
I don't think I've finished a game of Monopoly in years.
Bobby and I played a couple of games the other day. It goes real quick when there's only two
couple?
people.
A couple games?
Yeah, it goes like we
Did
finished.
you fucking chalk off the whole day?
No, it was like we played each round took maybe like 40 minutes. Like it was quick with two people.
Did
What
you
Monopoly are you playing?
Were you on the console? Or like,
No, we were on the actual
and
board.
shit
Like we had
before?
the board out and everything.
Did you have like speedrun edition?
No,
If you're
it's just
playing if you play Monopoly by the actual rules and not the house rules that everyone uses because they think they're real, Monopoly actually goes really quickly.
yeah.
My association with Monopoly is time, and you better get
Well,
some
'cause-
squares together.
How often
Yeah.
do you ever fucking play with two people though? Right? Like usually you play with like four people, maybe three as a low number. We just it was during the really cold week there, and we didn't want to go do anything, so we brought up fucking board games and we played Scrabble, and that was entertaining.
I hate Scrabble.
That's because Grayden, you hate literature. You hate you hate
I don't
anything
hate
with
literature.
words. You hate anything.
I hate Scrabble, the game.
Why?
It's stupid, and it just.
I don't use language for fun. I use language for
I
communication.
also don't like the fact that like if I have an old copy of Scrabble, it's outdated because they've changed so many words and shit in the fucking rules.
How old is your Scrabble?
Yeah, like what you did. This is
From the 70s?
this is from King Arthur's time. King Arthur's Scrabble table.
What to do
Got all
with
these
like
millennial words
Black
lost
Wars and everything.
champ in
You're
there.
linguistically challenged.
I've always been.
Yeah.
The evidence is right there. He's not lying.
Grayden, do you want to play Scrabble?
I do want to play Trivia
Here,
Pursuit again, though.
here comes Jack, fucking whips out Superfluous. Grayden goes, the.
Oh,
Big.
Ass.
it's really weird. No one's ever wanted to play me in Scrabble before. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Nah, Scramble's not my forte.
Scramble?
Scramble, yeah. I don't even know what it's called. There you go.
That's what
Scramble
Jarrod
the
does
word
on
game.
boulders.
Jarrod's will be playing the climb too.
Fuck yeah, you better believe I will. I'm gonna buy a quest just so I can play fucking Climb 2.
Hats
Man.
off to you, man.
They really got the depth of this canyon accurate to real life.
I really feel like if I fell, I'd die.
You feel the burn when you're climbing? Like,
Love climb with no body weight.
just like as a last, just kind of off that, there is like an actual VR thing where they'll do one of those cycling climb walls that you can see at some gyms and stuff like that, and they'll have it so that you're actually climbing an actual wall VR.
Fuck that. That'd mess with the brain.
It's really cool because they have little they have little indicator markers so that the holds are actually showing up on the screen where they would
Yeah.
be.
That's like a custom solution.
Yeah, it's
custom-
insane. It is really crazy.
Wouldn't that just be like the
There's
same like few dozen handholds over and over again, since it's just the cycling wall?
It is, but you can switch out the handholds. You can they usually have like each one of those small like 7-foot walls that they do that cycle like that have like something close to like 600 700 footholds handholds that you can use, so it's quite a bit of variety. Like the odds of doing you'll go through it quite a few times before you start repeating handholds.
A lot of
Gotcha.
content.
Yeah.
But that'd be almost like overload because you're like climbing, you're like holy fuck.
All right.
There's this VR game I've seen recently that you guys should check out videos for. It's called Gorilla Tag, where I think it's a free to play game on Steam, and the way you move is like you have your arms and you go like this. And seeing some of the people play it is hilarious because they just go full monkey mode because of it, and like everyone's in the lobby just going like oh 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 oh. Oh.
I googled it, and the first YouTube video comes out is called "Become Monkey."
Oh,
It's a very entertaining game, and if I ever had VR, it's something I'd want to play. It looks absolutely hilarious.
That's funny.
Okay.
Lovely.
I love silly games like that. Just entertainment.
Indie game.
Yeah.
Well,
Monkey.
is that our time for today, Peter?
That's our time.
Monkey.
Monkey.
I feel like we gave the people false promises with gaming news that they could use, but that's okay.
They could use this first like 10 minutes of us talking about super tweets.
Super follow, Jarrod.
Oh, sorry.
Make sure to follow mine. Super follow me, Jarrod, please.
Sorry, I better fucking change my note here so I don't put the wrong
Everything
tag in.
everything we talked about kind of relates to gaming, with the exception of the circus.
Yep.
The real circus, not the
And
fake
launching
circus Jarrod's talking about.
Launching our public servants into space with a slingshot ride.
Yeah. Well,
In a video game.
yeah, absolutely.
VR.
Watch yourself, Wooly.
That's where you're climbing to.
Evan Woodley is
Right.
retiring there. Leave him alone.
Now
Don't-
he's getting launched into
Grayden,
space.
you can't bring that up. Peter's fucking devastated that Evan Woolley is done.
I'm
No,
still
no.
in denial, to be honest.
Did you send him a final letter?
I couldn't say goodbye. It was too hard.
The love note.
All right, guys. If you liked this podcast and the variety we gave you, you'll like more of us, because that's what we do. We're a variety channel. We stream Sundays and Thursdays. You can check us out coming up on Thursday for our Call of Cthulhu stream. Feels like, now that we're back 2 weeks, feels like we haven't done it in a while, so I'm excited to go back.
Especially since we didn't play D&D on Friday.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But yeah, we hope to catch you guys there, and have a good rest of your Sunday.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.